It's a tough time for the Afghan security forces. Taliban attacks have increased, they are suffering heavy casualties, and the prospect of a withdrawal of US forces hangs over them. Yet, young men are still joining up, some for patriotic reasons, for others it's the only way to get a job despite the risks. The Afghan government says it doesn't keep a record of casualties, but President Ashraf Ghani announced earlier this year that 45,000 police and army personnel have been killed fighting the Taliban since 2015. MIRWAIS KARIMI was an army bomb disposal engineer in Helmand province. He knew the risks. He was blinded in both eyes and lost a leg when a roadside device exploded as he tried to defuse it.
I was aware of the danger. I've seen friends wounded while working on mines, losing an arm or a leg. I wasn't scared. To lose an arm or a leg is the sacrifice we have to make to serve this country.
And more have made that sacrifice since the US pulled out the bulk of its forces in Afghanistan that once numbered 100,000. The 13,000 Americans left don't fight on the front lines. That's left to the Afghan security forces. And they say they don't miss the US manpower as much as its military technology, and that means money.
We have a very sophisticated army and a defense and security forces. All we need right now is financial support, because the Afghan National Defense and Security Forces has essentially been fighting this war since 2014, and no major foreign forces have been engaging in a battle in a big scale or even at a smaller scale. The support we get from the Resolute support and also from the US forces here is only limited to financial.
Even though peace talks between the Taliban and the US have collapsed, many people still hope the negotiations will resume in the near future. But they acknowledge peace in Afghanistan is not going to be straightforward. The consensus is that the Afghan security forces can't face the Taliban without outside help. That's a given. But there is another potential problem in the future when peace finally comes to Afghanistan. How can two bitter enemies who fought and killed for 18 years come together in a national defence force? It's one of the many problems Afghanistan will need to overcome if peace is to become a reality instead of a dream. Tony Birtley, Al Jazeera, Kabul.